Recently, a church member gave me a lemon tree to plant. I guess he thought I was just too sweet and he wanted to sour me up a little. Okay, I doubt that was the reason. But when he gave me the tree, he also gave me a lot of instructions on how to plant it just right and take care of it. When I actually got ready to plant it, I went online and did a little research on how to plant my new source of fruit. There's a lot of good information. This small little evergreen tree needs to be planted just right for it to grow healthy and produce its ellipsoidal yellow fruit. I actually found some videos on YouTube that showed me exactly what to do. First, I had to find the right spot. I couldn't be too close to the patio or to my screen because its roots had to have room to grow. I had to make the hole in the ground much larger than the pot the tree came in. So I had to dig down about twice as far as the depth of the pot. One article said that I needed to dig a $60 hole for a $20 tree. Okay, so I dug. Then I had to get some potting soil, some organic chemicals, and some other chemicals that I felt like I was cursing when I tried to pronounce their names. I filled the hole up and I began the watering process. I was also told to actually cut back any present fruit or blooms already on the tree so that the nourishment would go to the tree, its roots and leaves, instead of some new budding flower. All of this just to get a little sour taste in my sweet tea. Go figure. The tree's now planted and we'll watch and pray for growth. I actually had a great time planting it, and I look forward to hopefully seeing it grow. I was reflecting on my little agricultural experience today. You know, it takes a lot of work to produce good fruit growth in a plant. In so many ways, God is growing us into a mature specimen of what He wants us to be. The Bible is filled with agricultural metaphors about our walk with God. None is more important than John chapter 15. Where Jesus said in verse 1, I am the true grapevine and my Father is the gardener. In order for us to become what God intends for us to be, we all need a little gardening as well. Jesus said in verses 4 and 5, remain in me and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. You see, we simply cannot grow apart from Him. We need to be constantly connected to our source. At any time I do something to get disconnected from Him, I hurt my ability to be what I was made to be. The whole secret of life, guys, is to stay connected, to abide, to be grafted into Jesus. To remain in Him requires time and focus. It means daily walking, talking, and being connected to Him. So many times we see God as someone to visit occasionally on Sundays, maybe even in the mornings and just before bed at night. However, we are meant to remain in Him at all times. There should be a constant awareness of His presence in my life at all times. I need to learn to sense Him walking with me into my home at night, sitting with me at my desk at work, and riding with me in my car. At a second's notice, I should be able to turn my head and resume a conversation with my constant companion. God is so committed to my spiritual health that He too may prune away anything that saps the energy from my life. Jesus said in verse 3, you've already been pruned and purified. It would be worth our while today to stop and see if we've allowed certain habits, attitudes, and actions to take root in us that could possibly sap energy away from the fruit God wants to grow. You see, some things are not wrong. They just require too much energy, and that prevents the areas in our life that are truly needed from growing. Occasional disobedience to God also stifles our growth. Jesus said in verse 10, When you obey my commandments, you remain in my love, just as I obey my Father's commandments and remain in his love. Nothing produces more healthy growth than simple obedience. God is our ultimate gardener who does know what is best for us. His instructions are not given to restrict happiness, but to prevent infestation and disease. The safest place for you to be planted is in the center of his will. Discard any disobedience in your life and growth will result. His simple words in verse 4 are, "Remain in me, and I will remain in you." My prayer today for you is that you will grow into a full and mature branch, producing much fruit. Here's a good thought to have today. Stay connected to God. And here's a good prayer for today. God, help me to realize that apart from you, I can do nothing. But living in you will produce greatness in my life. Help me to walk with you on a moment-by-moment basis. God bless you as you walk with the Lord today. Have a great day.